Just seeing an LBC report on a female golfer who apparently was getting patronizing advice from a man. I didn't bother reading the report. I don't think it's news. But what caught my attention was the use of the term mansplaining, and that's how LBC reported it. And they put the inverted commas, but it's pretty obvious that this was another piece of cynical journalism where you inject a divisive term in order to get responses, and I guess it works. But I actually will talk a little bit about that term mansplaining because it's something that's been used in recent years. Um, and yeah, it's just lazy. I mean, really, the implication is it's about men talking down to women. That's what the implication of a man explaining is, right? But it seems to be weaponized to provoke both genders. I mean, for one thing, what's to say a man can't patronize another man? That's the first point. Um, Secondly, women patronize as well. When I was in China, one of the teachers in my group, she was a young American woman, about 10 years younger than me, and we were sorting out our phones in the local shop because we had to get local SIM cards and so on. Now, I've said before that smartphones are not my forte. I really don't know much about them. But her whole attitude was just, I'm going to do a bad American accent here. Hey, dude, don't you know about smartphones? And she was just, whatever her intentions were, I didn't like it. It was, I'm thinking, I did not come to the other side of the world to be patronized by someone much younger than me. Um, and I was just trying to sort out the issue with the liaison from the company. But anyway, I felt kind of patronized. I didn't like it. But I don't think I'm a victim. I just think she was an annoying individual. I rejected her friend request later on because she's done this a few times. I didn't like her, found her quite an obnoxious person, but that's not here or there. Um, I also think it's one of those terms that's thrown around a lot by feminists. Basically, I mean, who defines it? Because you could have a man who's simply sharing his opinion or does what he feels is a helpful suggestion, offers what he feels is a helpful suggestion, then it's mansplaining. I mean, technically, any time a man opens his mouth, you could call it mansplaining. So I reject it as a term. If someone's being patronizing, they're being patronizing. It's nothing to do with being a man or a woman. And both men and women are capable of it. So, dear feminists, stop throwing around this term. It's a ridiculous term. It's not gender specific. The implications of it aren't gender specific. And a lot of guys are fed up of hearing it. Um, if someone's patronizing you, by all means, you have a right to be annoyed, but don't say it's mansplaining. Say that individual is a patronizing person. But by saying mansplaining, you're implying that it's something men generally do. I think that's nonsense. I mean, if you're at a meeting in a company and the boss wants input from different people, if a man offers his opinion and he happens to disagree with a female colleague, is he mansplaining or is he simply disagreeing? It's one of these pathetic things, whereby you can get a distortion from disagreement or simply offering an opinion to being something else. And I'm sure there are men out there who can be patronizing to women, but you know what? There's also women that can be patronizing to men. I mean, if you have a female dominated work environment, I suspect some older women would talk down to a young man that's joined. Um, you could well have situations like that, but we don't hear women splaining. So it's a nonsense term. Let me know your thoughts.